Hi everyone, welcome to English class. Cinderella story continues. Take page number 47. The search. Search means an act of searching for someone, try to find someone or something. Shall we read? The prince became very sad when Cinderella left him. His servants brought him the glass shoe that Cinderella had left in the room, in the ballroom. He wanted to find out the beautiful girl who had danced with him. The next day, he sent messengers to announce that the prince would visit every home to find out the lady. This news excited the ladies. The two stepsisters were very glad. Glad means happy, because they had pretty feet. They put on their best clothes and waited for the prince. But Cinderella didn't have any good clothes. Put on means wore. The past tense of wear. W-E-A-R, wear. The stepsisters had very good or nice clothes, but Cinderella didn't have any good clothes. Okay, next paragraph. The prince visited every house. He invited girls to try on the shoe Cinderella had left in the ballroom. The prince had the shoe. Which shoe Cinderella had left in the ballroom? The girls tried it on, but it did not fit any one of them. Yeah. The shoes were made for Cinderella. The fairy godmother made them for Cinderella. Continue reading. Finally, the prince reached Cinderella's house. The eldest stepsister went to her room to try on the shoe, and her mother stood by, but she could not get her big toe into it, for the shoe was too small. Then her mother handed her a knife and said, "Cut the toe off, for when you are a queen, you will never have to go on foot." Her toes were so big, they would never fit Cinderella's shoes. And what did her mother do? She handed her a knife. And what did she say? "Cut the toe off, for when you are a queen, you will never have to go on foot." സ്റ്റെം മദർ എന്താണ് ചെയ്തത്? കത്തി എടുത്ത് കൊടുത്തിട്ട് ഫുറ്റ്, നമ്മുടെ ടോ, നമ്മുടെ കാലിൻ്റെ വിരൽ മുറിച്ച് കളയാനാണ് പറയുന്നത്. Why did she say so, to cut the toe off? Because she could not get her big toe into the shoe. And what happened? So the girl cut off her toe very bad, squeezed her foot into the shoe. What do you mean by squeezed? Squeeze means to press firmly with your fingers. ഞെക്കുക എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥം. നമ്മൾ നാരങ്ങയൊക്കെ ഞെക്കി പിഴിയുന്നില്ല, ഞെക്കുക. Press firmly with our fingers. What did she do here? She squeezed her foot into the shoe. First she cut off her toe and squeezed her foot into the shoe. She concealed her pain and went down to the prince. The prince looked at her shoe and saw blood flowing under it. What do you mean by conceal? Kept secret, keep out of sight, or hidden. Conceal എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മറച്ചു വെച്ചു. What did she conceal? Her pain. Pain വേദനയാണ്. And went down to the prince. The prince looked at her shoe and saw blood flowing under it. The prince could see the blood. Why? Because she cut off her toe. Next paragraph. Not the right bride at all, the prince shouted in anger. Then the other sister tried the shoe. The other sister came and tried the shoe. She went into her room to do so and got her toes comfortably in, but her heel was too large. Here, her heel was too large, not her heel. Then her mother handed her the knife, saying, "Cut a piece of your heel. When you are the queen, you will never have to go on foot." So the girl cut off a piece of her heel and thrust her foot into the shoe. The prince looked at her feet and became more angry and shouted, "There is blood on your shoe. The shoe is too small, not the right bride at all." Here the younger sister tried, and what happened? Her heels were too large. And what did she do? She cut off her heel. What do you mean heel? Heel means the back part of our foot, below the ankle. നമ്മുടെ ഉപ്പൂറ്റി എന്ന് പറയുകയാണ് heel. What's happening here? The eldest stepsister's toe was big. Here the younger one, her heel was so big. What did she do? She cut off a part of her heel, a piece of her heel. Two words are here. Thrust. Thrust means push suddenly in a specific direction. Thrust ആണ് കുത്തിക്കയറ്റുക എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥമാണ് അവിടെ. Then another word, bride. BRIDE, bride means a woman on her wedding day. വധു എന്ന് നമ്മൾ മലയാളത്തിൽ പറയും. Here the prince could not find his bride. So what's next? Read the next paragraph. Then Cinderella came forward and said, "Let me try it." Her sisters laughed at her. "Clear out of here. How dare you come here in these dirty rags, you ugly creature," they said. But the prince asked her to try the shoe. "I've seen you somewhere, but I cannot remember where," he said. Cinderella put her left foot into the shoe, and it fitted her perfectly. Everybody was astonished. She then pulled out the other shoe from her pocket and put it on her right foot. Cinderella had the other shoe and she pulled it out from her pocket. Then what did she do? She then pulled out the other shoe from her pocket and put it on her right foot. She wore it. Cinderella put the shoe on. She put it on her right foot. Just then the fairy appeared and touched her with her magic wand. In a moment, her rags changed into clothes of silk and gold. The prince danced with joy and cried, "This is the right bride. The shoes are fit for her. She is the right bride for after all." He said to Cinderella, "You are the most beautiful girl in the country. I will make you my bride." The search ended and the prince got his princess. Okay then, do you want to know the rest of the story? The prince married and took her to the palace. Cinderella pardoned her sisters and took them to the palace. They lived there happily thereafter. What do you mean by pardoned? Pardon means the act of forgiving. മാപ്പ് കൊടുക്കൽ എന്നാണ് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. അവർക്കെല്ലാം മാപ്പ് കൊടുത്തു. Cinderella's story ends here. Now we have some questions. 12th one. This news excited the ladies. What does the news refer to? ആ ന്യൂസ് എന്തുമായിട്ട് ബന്ധപ്പെട്ട് ആ ന്യൂസിനെ പറ്റി എഴുതിയാൽ മതിയോ? ആ പാരഗ്രാഫിലുണ്ട് അവിടെ. 12th question. Pick out the sentences which show that the stepmother and her daughters were greedy and overambitious. Here greedy means അത്യാഗ്രഹമാണ്. അതുപോലെ overambitious എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ അമിതമായ ആഗ്രഹം. അത് കാണിക്കുന്ന സെൻറ്റൻസ് കണ്ടെത്തുക. യു ക്യാൻ ഫൈൻഡ് ഇറ്റ്. Next one, 14th. Cinderella pardoned her sisters and took them to the palace. What quality Cinderella is revealed here? സിൻഡ്രല്ലയുടെ എന്ത് ക്വാളിറ്റിയാണ് ഇവിടെ കാണിക്കുന്നതാണ് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. യു ഹാവ് ടു ആൻസർ ദിസ്. You can answer this. Cinderella was kind or generous, nice, pious. Okay, write the answers. Before that, read the part well. Then write the unfamiliar words and meanings. Then questions and answers. Okay.